Believe it or not, this gooey stuff used to be styrofoam, and it actually makes pretty good fire starter. I'll show you how it lights here. See how it lights pretty easily, burns nicely, and this little blob will last a decent amount of time, plenty of time to start a fire. And there you have it, that little blob lasted 4.5 minutes. If your wood's dry, that's more than enough time to start a fire. So what you'll need is styrofoam, some gas, and lastly, a metal bowl or cup. The first step is to put a little bit of gas in the bowl. I probably put twice as much as I needed for this amount of styrofoam. So you simply just break off the little pieces of styrofoam and put them in the bowl, and the gas dissolves it into a gooey substance. So you can see here the gas is dissolving the styrofoam. And then you just keep adding and adding and adding until you run out of styrofoam. Make sure your bowl is clean, because in this cup it was full of ash when I originally made this batch and it took forever to bond. But if your bowl is clean, it bonds right away. I grabbed a stick just to stir it around, and you can see it's forming this nice ball of gooey junk. So now just take out your ball of styrofoam, put it somewhere. Empty out all the excess gas. I'm just dumping the gas back into this container because it's pretty much empty. I wouldn't use it in like a machine of any sort though. I don't know if it would work or not, but who knows. Anyway, add the ball back to the bowl and let it settle for a while. This is probably about half an hour later. Probably doesn't need this long. And as you can see, it's like a flat, pancakey goo ball. I don't know how to describe it. It's interesting. Anyway, let's test a piece of it out, see how it works. Looks pretty good to me. That little chunk lasted about 4 minutes. And once it's done, it hardens into this interesting, solid, plasticky thing. Now let's light off the whole bowl, just to see what it looks like, and how long it lasts, just for the hell of it. You could use this as fire starter, or you could just light off the whole bowl as a temporary light or source of heat or something. This bowl actually had a hole in it that I had taped over, but once the bowl heated up it melted the tape, so all the goo kind of just drained out. So it didn't last near as long as it would if it was in a bowl without a hole, but you get the point. So that bowl lasted 10 minutes. I'll show you how you can start a fire with it. Just take a piece of the goo, stick it wherever you would stick fire starter, light it up, build your fire like you normally would, and in no time you have a great fire. Now, in this cup was about the same amount that was in the bowl, so let's try again with something without a hole, just to see how long it actually would last if you wanted to use it as light or heat. So you can see it's lit. It went out at one point, so I just stirred it up and relit it, and it continued to go. So all in all, that little bit of styrofoam lasted 50 minutes. Not bad. I just thought this was a neat use for styrofoam. Rather than just throw it out, give it a second purpose. Sure, it's probably not the most clean thing to burn, but it's fairly efficient.